Dude, what is going on?
We're trying something.
Dude, we're doing something only on the cutting edge of
Something
podcast
new for
technology.
everybody.
No other podcast in the country could put 8 different softwares together to jerry-rig a virtual guest live and in person on the internet.
The first AI guest, actually.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Oh, congrats.
Now the video's gone.
So this is unique. We've done a virtual episode before when it was me and you, but now we're in the studio,
Right.
in GDF Studios.
Yes.
Bringing in a virtual guest, which if this goes well, could open up a world of possibilities,
Dude.
such
yeah.
as Tom Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Whenever
Ryan.
he emails me back, we're gonna go straight. You want to introduce our guest?
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
This is the fabled that one guy I know / best friend / whatever else I've called him on the podcast.
/ James Villa.
James Villa coming in
What
live
is
Welcome,
up,
James.
everybody.
from
Thank you,
Saskatchewan,
guys.
Canada.
Yeah, I'm that one guy that somehow always has some sort of story that he's like, yeah, this guy in Texas. That's me. Hello.
Well, thank you, guy in Texas. So we're gonna go theoretically from some guy in Texas to American hero Tom Ryan,
Yes.
virtual guest,
Yes. Maybe
pending
one day.
if he ever emails me back.
Who knows?
We're
figuring
but
it
we're
out.
glad to have James in the meantime. Thanks, James.
Hey, glad to be here. I threaded the needle, really. I could have been on episode 50, which is like numerically cool. It's halfway to 100. I could have been on 52, which would have marked a year. I threaded that needle and went on a unimportant number of 51. So I'm here.
You showed up when we needed you, and that's what's important.
That's what's important.
Yes.
And also,
Like Batman.
In your defense, the odds were against us. All three of us. I mean, between the scheduling conflicts and all the other stuff, like this was the world tried to stop this from happening, and maybe for good reason. We'll find out here in a minute.
It's scared of your success. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's afraid of what we're gonna start.
We all are.
Well, we'll start with I feel like guests should go first. James, how's your week been?
It's a beautiful behind the curtain Tuesday. It is great week to be here. Work is starting me on overnight, so I'm like 2 hours of sleep. So I'm snappy with it though today. I'm real snappy with the comebacks, so I'll be good. Outside of that, financially speaking, I've been like weighing Costco membership versus a Sam membership, and it hit me like a brick of how old I've actually become, because I never thought that'd be something that would like be what I like to think about when I'm watching a TV show that takes me out of it. I thought I'd be like, man, I can't wait for this video game to come out. But no, I'm sitting there watching like Family Feud, and I'm like, which membership really does the most benefit? And you know what? Ties into the topic. It does. It does. Because you can pay to get into those. And that stops a lot of things from happening. And that's why I have to pay for that.
So you're looking to join an exclusive club. So if I could speak into that, I grew up a Sam's Club family. Been to Sam's Club a lot. I am now a Costco member. Black card, no big deal.
Can't hide money.
They talked me into it. They were very convincing. There's benefits to both, and if you want more information, I'd be happy to provide.
You guys gonna hash it out after the pod?
We can hash it out on the
podcast for an hour.
We can. This is our.
Welcome to the Costco.
This
episode.
is our
Scrap
show.
the topic. We're talking about Sam's versus Costco now.
So if I can narrow it down, Sam's is cheaper. It has the brands you recognize. Costco, a little more expensive. Pretty nice. It's got the food court, which Sam's has a food court too, but you can't beat a $1.50 hot dog and drink.
Exactly.
You can't beat the Costco pizza. Their other food is good. But what's cool and kind of annoying about Costco is that they move everything in the store all the time. So you actually have to like treasure hunt inside, which I think is the point because
Gotcha.
they want you to make impulse buys. So the aisles are not marked. Everything's generally in the same place every time you go, but it's never in the same place exactly, which is annoying sometimes, but it's also like, ooh, I didn't know I needed that, you know? So it works. You are going to impulse buy at Costco.
That's how they get you.
But I've liked both. I don't think you can go wrong. So whatever one's closer to your house, I guess, would be my recommendation.
I've never been. I was a Sam's Club kid as well, and but I will say, anytime I've ever been around someone who has been to Costco, or like you go to somebody's house and they're like, "Oh, let me hit you with," for example, the Costco chicken nuggets, or "Hey, I got these steaks at Costco," or "I got this whatever." Costco food strictly from a guy eating it dominates.
I will agree to that because Kirkland's signature is far superior to Great Value.
100%.
And the reason is because Costco knows what they got. There's never, I learned this, funny enough, I learned this week. There has never been a Costco location that has shut down.
Wait, what?
Really? That's crazy.
They're a very successful business model. They have shut themselves down to like relocate or
Yeah, but
whatever,
they've never had to like.
they've never had to shut a store down. They've never
Wow.
had to close a store.
That's crazy.
So it's a very successful business model. Which of course Sam's Club's connected to Walmart. Walmart's number one in the universe. So it's like,
right.
you know, we're not comparing that, but like
No.
Costco,
No.
Kirkland
False.
Signature, the reason it's good is because they only, how'd they phrase it? It's something like they will only do their like quote unquote store brand of like the most quality brands that will agree to it. So like I buy my coffee at Costco because you can get it in bulk and it lasts you forever. And the Kirkland Signature coffee is Starbucks.
Oh,
So, like,
I see.
Okay.
That's just an example of like the store brand is really a major brand that agreed to
Doing the
sell
Costco
under
way.
the Costco label. Yeah.
Good
So-
to know. I feel like we just made his decision for him.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing Costco immediately.
For sure. I think so.
The Kirkland Signature brand, if you're comparing store brands, Costco's winning by a mile.
100%.
But if you want brands you recognize, like if you want to go buy, for example, Smucker's Uncrustables, you're not always going to find that at Costco, but you will find Kirkland Signature brand
Crust
sandwichables or
crustless.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I
I'm
don't
not
know what they
really
call
told
it.
to be like,
Yeah.
this isn't the brand I wanted. Like, I'm here to get the cheapest stuff that tastes great.
For sure.
That's what I'm
I
here
agree.
for.
Costco's great.
The only
Outstanding.
time I would disagree with somebody on brand is that, like, me and Abigail got in an argument at the grocery store because we were, budgeting, trying to save money. And I was like, don't forget, like, it's the weekend. Like, get you the she only has Dr. Peppers on the weekends. And she went and grabbed a 2-liter of, like, Mr. Connection or something. And I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, it's cheaper than Dr. Pepper. And I was like, Abigail, we are not.
It's not Dr. Pepper.
It's not that serious. It's not that serious. I was like, if we have to choose between doctor appointment and Dr. Pepper, we've got bigger issues that we need to address first. Just get the Dr. Pepper. It's okay. We're good. So other than that, I think sodas, in my opinion, sodas is really the only thing where brand matters, because I in my opinion, the formula matters. But I don't really drink those anymore, so really it doesn't matter. But yes, get the Costco membership.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't
I'm
think
doing
you can
Costco,
really go wrong.
and it's going to be great. I'm going to give y'all an update next time about my savings.
Yeah, send us a shopping video.
First time you go to Costco, just send a speak pipe or something to say how your first experience
Hi, guys,
was.
I'm at Costco.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
I'll send a video recording of me in the Costco.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, well, other than here we go. Other than Costco and Price is Right, anything else you've been up to?
Family Feud.
No,
Family Feud.
I think that is a lot. That's
It-
that's like taking up my whole everything. What do you mean? Like, what else do you want from me?
We have reached that point. in our age for sure.
Family Feud rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best game show.
So, what you been up to?
I wish Family Feud in Costco, but just it's raining all the time.
Yes. Can't have fun.
I don't know what day it is anymore.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Found out that I'm going to lose at work. I'm going to lose a bunch of vacation leave this year if I don't spend it.
Yeah.
Normally we go on like a summer vacation before that would happen. This year I think we're planning on something after the cutoff date. So I was talking to my boss earlier about just taking a bunch of random days off.
For sure.
So that's kind of what I got coming up.
Nice.
But nothing really major. I always think of stuff after the podcast where I'm like, oh, this like major life event happened and I didn't even think about it. But as of right now, nothing's really coming to mind. I've been watching a lot of concerts on YouTube lately. That's been fun.
Nice.
So I'm kind of back on a Linkin Park kick.
When is concert time during the regular schedule? Is that like in the car? Or do you like lay down at night?
Usually like at night when I'm doing nighttime chores.
Okay.
I'll pop my earbuds in and pull it up on YouTube and just be listening to it while I'm, finishing up dishes, or
you're cleaning up dishes, imagining you're like noogieing someone in the crowd at a Linkin Park concert.
Yeah. And I do, I've talked about this. I liked Linkin Park a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like I took a long hiatus from them. And then a few months ago, I caught up on all their discography stuff.
Yeah.
Like everything they've done since I've listened to them. And I just have like a whole new love for them. Mm-hmm. And their live stuff is so fun because it's so cool to see. That's not just like audio engineering. Like these people are that talented. Yeah. So like listening to the just like visceral noises that Chester Bennington made when he was alive, like I'm like, it's amazing that a person can do that.
For sure.
And so the live concerts have been fun.
Sit back and go, maybe I am a hybrid theory whenever you listen to his songs.
I don't even know if I know what that means, but their music has just been very cathartic. Yeah. In a lot of ways. For sure. Like it's been like, makes me think of like Meteora was the first CD I ever bought for myself. Yeah. Like I had gotten some CDs for Christmas and stuff, but that was the first one I remember being like, Mom, Dad, I have $20 from Grandma and I want you to take me to the store and I want to buy this CD. Cause I remember like having to convince my dad that like, look, there's no parental advisory sticker on it. Like it's a clean, cause he's like, I don't know these people. Yeah. Like, what is this, And, that was like, that would have been like 2004-ish probably. So it reminds me of that stuff, but then also just like lyrically and musically, I'm really into it. So it's been very like peaceful almost, despite all the
very nice
the lack of peacefulness in some of their songs. But some of their songs are very peaceful. Yes. Yeah, but like I said, it's more cathartic than anything. And there's some new songs that I hadn't heard until they performed them live that I just kind of like listened to at some point on Spotify, but never came back to them. So it's like, anyway, nobody cares about that's what I've been up to. I know you do, but I didn't mean to talk about this. That's just what I've been up to. As far as like thinking back on my week, I'm like, I've been watching a lot of concerts, like listening to a lot of concerts.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, it's what set me off was there was like an illegal stream of on YouTube.
Oh, so it's YouTube's fault.
Yeah, okay. And it's been since taken down. Okay. But I happened to see it like the day after it streamed.
Accidentally. So I just happened to tune in right when this went live.
It popped up on my recommended, and it was like one day ago, and it was their Rock M Ring 2026 from like a week and a half ago.
Oh wow!
And I think I sent it to you. So it's with their new singer. Mm-hmm. What's her name? Emily, and it was a great show. And then I actually went back. I'm like, I kind of want to listen to that again, but then it had been taken down, and so I went back and found one from like 2014 or something that would scratch that itch. Yeah. And then it was Chester again, which is cool because he's awesome. But Emily's doing a great job. But that band is definitely in my top 5 now if they weren't before.
Very cool.
So I'm really enjoying it.
Very cool.
Yeah. How about you?
I have
Anything as exciting as that?
I have 2 crazy stories from the weekend.
Oh,
Well,
please.
I have one actually crazy story, and then I have one that's just, it made me sad. So I was getting ready, all this talk about getting jacked, and I was like, dude, I'm going to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got an update on that too. Go
Okay.
ahead.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
glad you said that. No,
ahead.
you go
I'll wait.
first.
I'll
No,
wait.
no,
It's fine.
I'll plug into
By all
your
means.
story.
All right. You know what?
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So here's what happened. So I'm getting in all this stuff. I'm trying to get back into my sandbag training at home. Like I have these big, heavy sandbags filled with sand. Shocker. So I had 100
What's the sand in?
in a bag.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, I want a bigger one because the one I have, I can lift it with fair ease.
Yeah, you're super
So-
strong.
That's where
Big
the story
man.
comes in.
Go on.
So I bought 240 pounds of sand. And I was like, that's the max capacity of this bag I bought.
Where? Egypt? Where do you go to buy that much
I went
sand?
to Home Depot.
Oh,
Of all
okay.
places.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. It's
Yeah,
just, just
James's ears just perked up.
just a doer getting more done.
Yeah, doer is getting more done, bro.
Yeah.
My stock
And,
prices went up.
Bing, 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 bing,
And
bing,
so-
bing, 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 bing.
I'm loading the sandbag and I'm having an incredibly difficult time with it because I'm doing it by myself. I'm loading it up. I've spilled sand everywhere, all over my front porch.
Oh, I'm picturing you in the Home
I've
Depot parking
scraped-
lot.
I've scraped. No, I get the sandbags
Spilling
and then,
sand
and then
everywhere.
cutting it open and loading it right there on the loading bay. Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
Get one of them to load it for you.
yeah. I was like, yeah, guys, can you fill this sandbag up for me, please? So I get it loaded. I've spilled the sand. I get to the last bag and I fill it halfway. So this sandbag is roughly around 200 pounds instead of 240. So I'm trying to pick up the bag to kind of shimmy it and even the sand out, and I have an uh-oh moment. I'm like, oh, this is way heavier than I thought it would be. And so I tie everything off. I get it ready, and I'm like, moment of truth. I have to pick this thing up and move it 10 steps to get to the front door and get it in the house. And I go and I heave. It does not budge. I go, oh, no.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. So then I get down and I get ready again. This time I get a little more serious. I'm like, all right, we're going to do all our power lifting stuff. We're going to take, deep breaths. We're going to do this thing. I go and I rip it. Not an inch. It does not budge. So in my ultimate shame, I had to, like you're picking up a tire, I had to flop it end over end to get it to the front door, and then I had to flop it into the door frame, and then I had to flop it in again. And then finally, when I got it into the living room, I was drenched in sweat. This whole ordeal took like 45 minutes. I just laid down defeated as the sandbag loomed over me, in being like, yeah, you failure. So that was my unfortunate fitness journey this weekend. My other adventure was I took a day off. I was like, me and the wife
You needed one after that.
gonna go on an adventure. So we go on a hike. We're out in this national park and or state park, and we get down to this creek, and these ducks approach us. And we were like, dude, this is so cool. Like the ducks and these, there was a couple of meaner ducks. I forget the name of the ducks. It's the ducks that look like turkeys. They're kind of mean, but they were fine. We were hanging out for like 20 minutes. We're hanging out, right? And they're wanting food. That's why they're not leaving. Like they're like, we know these humans have food. We're just going to wait. They're going to give it up eventually. Abigail, in her infinite wisdom, had gotten tired of the ducks. And she thought that it would be a good idea to shoo the ducks away with her toes. I'll let you do the math and see how that ended.
The ducks saw the toes
The
and
ducks
flew away.
The duck.
They said, we're out of here.
The ducks went, finally, yeah!
Oh,
and
no.
grabbed her toes as hard as this duck could, and she screamed so loud it
I would have too.
echoed through the entire. There was a waterfall nearby. Those folks that were over at the waterfall just thought they heard somebody die.
Right.
They were like, "Oh, somebody's in trouble," and but I laughed so hard, I scared the ducks away.
There you go. And
I laughed so hard.
so her
That's how you
plan
do it.
worked.
Her plan did technically okay. Her plan did
The
technically
worst day to
work.
paint her nails like bread.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, you did the equivalent of what she did was you dangled a bunch of duck-shaped hot dogs in front of them and said, "Oh, here you go. You've been waiting for 20 minutes. Here's your food." And they were like, "Finally." It was awesome.
Well,
So a lot of highs and lows this weekend.
sure. Is she okay?
Oh, she's fine.
I was gonna say they didn't do any damage, did
No,
they?
she still got her toes.
Because they got the little like razor teeth in
Yeah,
there.
no, she's
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
That was a probing, like, is this food?
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So,
Got it.
anyways,
Well,
so that's how my weekend went.
well, glad you're back.
It was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back. Here
Yeah.
we are. So you had a story you forgot.
Right. So
Okay.
when you mentioned about exercise and stuff, I was like, oh, shoot, I did start that. So I ran for the first time probably in my life on Thursday.
Okay.
And then the plan was to run again Saturday. But Friday, I'm like, man, my foot hurts and my calf hurts. And I'm like, I think it's just tight. That's weird. Friday night, my calf had loosened up. It was fine. Saturday morning, I woke up and my foot was still like killing me. And it only hurt after I had walked for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so like when I was just sitting there, it was fine. But if I would walk for a little while, it felt like my foot was trying to like, it felt like those little thin boards that the kids' karate classes use to, work on their karate chopping.
Yeah.
And my foot had just like been slightly karate chopped by a weak child. So it wasn't like fully, it wasn't fully broken, but it felt like it was folding that way. And I knew it wasn't.
crazy.
I knew it wasn't. My foot was not broken. I'm not trying to be over dramatic. I'm trying to describe what it felt like.
Right.
And that's what it felt like. So I could walk on it. I wasn't limping. There were times if I had to walk a long way, I would start favoring it just a little bit, but I wasn't like noticeably limping or I didn't want to make a big deal about it because I was like, it's going to go away. It's fine. Sunday rolls around and I could walk on it better, but I still was like, okay, I definitely need to not do anything today, which was the plan anyway, to not do anything on Sundays. Yesterday, I still kind of felt it, but I was like, man, my foot still hurts. Like, what's the deal? Like, it wasn't as bad as it was. But then this morning I woke up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk today. Because I feel like if I start running again and I get all the way across my neighborhood and have to walk back, the way it felt would be miserable.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just walk. And then if I'm feeling pretty good on the way back, then I'll run some on the way back. And so that's what I ended up doing. And my foot's fine now. But it was just kind of like your sandbag thing. I'm like, dude, I ran one time and now I'm like, I have like a runner's injury or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but
running is the worst, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
Running sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, running's awful. I did I think it was on Saturday when I couldn't run. I don't remember what day it was. I did one of those ladder exercises where you do the body weight exercise.
Yeah.
And you go like down the ladder or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick pause.
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay.
What'd you hear?
Something just went
Under
in
attack.
my headphone.
Oh, no, I have no idea.
Oh.
I
Maybe
didn't
it's
hear that.
dying.
It should be fine. I charged it.
Okay, well then we're good. I don't know what
If
that
it dies,
noise
we'll
was.
just kick you out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Okay.
Then
I'm glad your foot's okay.
Yeah, my foot's fine. And like I said, I didn't like I wasn't trying to be like over dramatic about it, but it was your sandbag story reminded me of that because I'm like I was so like I'm like, man, this is why you don't like part of me was like, this is why you don't run. And then
Immediately
another
running did this to me.
and then another part of me was like, this is why you should have started running a long time ago. So anyway, I did it again this morning, and all signs point to I'm healed.
Nice.
I am delivered, and and I will
God.
run again, and I will run again Thursday.
Nice.
For real.
and in
So-
3 days he shall run again.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's how my exercise is going.
Very nice.
Not off to a hot start, but did start, and that's what I wanted to do.
That's the important
That was the
thing.
point, was to start.
To start.
So
Now we can put it behind us.
yes,
We can move on to something else.
yeah, I am a runner.
Yes. Usain Bolt who?
I know, right? Yeah, I didn't see him out there today.
Alrighty. Well,
That's all I got.
I don't know a more effective way to segue into what we're talking about other than to just let James handle it.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Dude, so Patrick messaged me, and it took me a few days to realize what I wanted to talk about. He was like, what topic do you want to talk about today? And I just had to think about it. I was like, do we want to talk about cooking? Because I like to cook. I was like, nah. And then I actually met a person that changed what I wanted to talk about. And I want to talk about crazy people. I want to talk about craziness. I want to talk about I met one, and I was like, this is for sure. And it's funny because I was thinking about crazy people being the topic, and then I met one that next day, and I was like, okay, I made the right decision. We're going to talk about crazy people. Yeah.
Let them defend their side.
This was not the kind of crazy that you get better from. This was the kind of crazy that you're like, oh, this guy needs to go. This guy needs to be, what was the word you called, dispatched? He needs to be dispatched immediately from society.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, what happened?
So I'm at work. I'm being a little doer. You know, I'm not afraid to say that I'm a manager at Home Depot, right? That's fine because I'm not disparaging the company or anything.
Sure.
But I was working, and I can see a guy mimicking other customers. And so he'll watch someone buy a mop, and then he'll start mopping the floor with an invisible mop. Or he would start just pointing at people like this as soon as they entered the store, like he's like viper striking them with his hand up by his head, but it's like a finger instead. And then he started like saluting people as well.
Oh, okay,
and
well, that's fine.
At that point, I looked at someone else, and I was like, I should probably just call the cops on this. And they were like, you probably should have done that like 10 minutes ago. And I was like, all right, cool. So I call the cops, and then like they get there, and they're like, who's the problem? And I'm looking at this guy, and he's like hasn't moved like a statue, and he's still pointing at people and still like mimicking mowing a lawn at that point. And I just looked at the officer, I was like, that guy right there. And you know, I'm like, this guy's tweaking, like he's on something. They take him outside, and they come back, and they're like, yeah, he's not on anything. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, actually, he's off his psychotic medication. And he like tried to make me feel bad about it. He's like, yeah, he's just having a rough time in life. So like, do you want to have this guy criminally trespass for this rough time? And I looked at him and I went, yeah, yeah, I do.
You're like, either way, I want him out of my store.
Yeah, get him out. And I don't know, Pat, if you want to edit this at all, but this is a true story. It's great.
So I don't have I forgot to print an outline.
I don't have one.
I got one over here on my end because I'm a little prepared little guy.
Yeah, I didn't bring one either. But, yeah, so I did have one follow-up question. You said he was mimicking mowing the lawn in the store. Was it a push mower or a riding lawnmower?
He did the riding lawnmower, and it was kind of crazy because he started levitating, but then he did do the push lawnmower
after that. That's what I was curious about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing him like kind of squatted down, holding the steering wheel, and just kind of like
no, it was like that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob. Just floating in the air.
That's what I meant. That's what I was imagining. I was like, that's cooler than a push mower, but I was curious.
Speaking of imagining things from cartoons, just a hint on something that talked about last week. Patrick talked about him getting locked inside his car, and I remembered a clip from Family Guy like immediately because I have it in the outline, so Pat, you can edit it into this or whatever, but Peter like locks himself out of the car, like he drops his keys out of the window, and he's like begging people that walk past him like, sir, please, like just let me out. And he like has a wire coat hanger like through the window, and he like drops it outside, and he just like starts sobbing uncontrollably. I don't know. Like, I just imagine Pat, like, locked inside his car is the
clip.
Most funny thing I've ever heard in my life, by the way.
It's so relatable. It was so the fear was immediate. There was no processing. There was no like, all right, let me think of another way to get out of this.
Yeah, you went into fight or flight.
It was immediately. It went from we were having a good time to now we might die.
Because you're claustrophobic.
Yes.
I just love the
So
mental image.
what about like cave divers? Do you think you'd be able to cave dive at all?
I don't think there is anything that could motivate me to crawl into a cave. The only thing I can think of
They're crazy
is
too, by the way.
Oh, dude, cave divers, the nuttiest.
Yeah, lunatics.
The craziest. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to play it off the cuff. I was getting ready.
No. No.
I think the only thing that would push me to a cave would be if my wife was in there.
I was gonna say that. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Because,
Abigail's
listen,
in the cave.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
I think I'm just calling 911 if you guys are stuck in a cave.
I'm not gonna be in there, so no
Nah,
worries.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him. He wanted to save me from Moccasin Gap. I saw it in his eyes. He'd save me. from
No,
the cave.
dude, don't you put that evil on me. No. Listen,
I saw it in his eyes. He's like, if I could give him my kayak, I would.
if I could save you, I would. The problem was I was dying at the same time. We were going together. If I was in an advantageous position, I would have saved you.
It was the best facial expression I've ever seen on a human being. Like, we both thought we were gonna die,
Yes.
like at the exact same time, but we're also standing in probably like a foot of water.
Right. Hey, you can die in an inch of water, so
yeah.
you know it
It
happens.
We almost did.
We were.
I love going back to the car thing. I loved the mental image of you and Abigail getting in the car, and then Abigail saying, "We're locked in," and then you just immediately putting your feet on the glass.
That's literally what happened.
Yeah, and she's like, "No."
That's literally what happened.
Like, we're in a public place.
I
we
went,
can get
oh,
out.
we can't get out. And then I immediately leaned over on Abigail and prepped to kick the window out. There were people literally outside of our car.
Right.
Like 2 feet from us.
Yeah. Which it's funny. Oh, it's not funny, but like the day of or the day after you told that story, I was getting caught up on Mr. Ballin videos, and I texted you because there was one about a guy who got trapped inside his car and died.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Did you think that was a
He's
bug?
scared now.
No, I do. Yeah, I'm
He's
scared.
all squirmy.
I
His
thought
earbud
something
fell
had
out of his
happened,
ear.
dude.
He's thinking about being trapped somewhere, and his mind is
Bro.
already in flight or
Bro,
flight.
you guys
Patrick's
are
gonna
kid-
go to a wide place after this.
You guys are. Yo, you guys
Just go out
are-
into a field somewhere.
You're killing me, dude.
No, but
Get a
so
tagline
that
duck
guy,
or something.
this guy, it was an older man. It was a sad story, but he got trapped inside of his sports car that had like a weird way to like unlock the car from the inside,
Yeah.
and he didn't know how, and he couldn't find it in the manual, and it was a super hot day, and he was parked at a Waffle House and just sat in there for
What?
hours
Bro,
while his friend was inside
Waffle
waiting
House
for
will
him
come
to come
your
back.
aid. You have to
I-
just beckon to them, and they'll come and help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be disrespectful to that guy.
Well, and everything. So it was like a perfect storm because the car was like totally electric. So like he could not unlock it from the
can't
inside.
do anything.
He left his keys inside.
Yeah.
In the Waffle House, he couldn't honk the horn because I think the horn was electric. So like he couldn't.
Dude.
I think he tried to call attention to himself, but he was just like waving at people, and they just like kept
What-
walking.
What's up
But-
with all these cars that
yeah.
require keys to unlock it from the inside all of a sudden?
I
Because
know.
I've
Yeah.
never had that.
This was like a
So,
mid
Pat,
2000s.
your car's like that. This guy's car was like that, and he met Jesus. But
Yeah. There was like a lever under the seat or something that was like the emergency release, and he just couldn't find it, and he couldn't get through the manual fast enough to, like,
That's
before he
so
passed out.
sad.
Yeah.
that's like the
So-
nutty
Oh,
putty
man.
of cars.
It
That
was
is.
It was pretty devastating story. It didn't make my stomach turn the way Nutty Putty does, but it
Oh,
was
well.
very sad.
Speaking of Nutty Putty, we've got something for you.
Oh, good.
We've got something for you, James. If you could pull that up
All right.
for us. There
Yeah,
we go.
I'm like
All right.
Jamie.
What are we-
All right.
Yeah, young James, could you
All right,
pull that
I'm
up?
gonna go ahead and play this.
Okay, for the audio listeners,
I've got it on the screen. They-
it's on the screen.
They are in a cave
Yeah.
underwater.
Is this real?
Yes,
Okay, so it's like
bro,
these guys have like video
Smart
cameras on their
decision.
heads,
dude.
and they are in a cave with water up to their necks. Now it's water up to their face.
He's traveling down it like a fish down one of those transfer tubes.
Where is this?
They're losing. I didn't look up where it's at.
This is terrible.
But dude, yeah, and then the water rushes.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
I thought he just went under.
He momentarily loses his oxygen pocket.
Oh gosh. That's scary. You got to go back to the surface.
Yeah, he's having a panic attack in a cave filling with water, and they're like, that was cool.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That was it.
That's awful.
So, like, you know, talking about, like, being crazy, those guys are the craziest of people. But it's like, what drives you to do something that crazy?
I think whatever drove people to sail the ocean blue and come to America and be the ones to pioneer that effort, and like whatever was in them is in these people, where they
these guys
feel
are
like
heroes,
they have
is
to
what
explore.
Josh is saying.
not heroes in the heroic sense, but if they were doing something more productive, maybe they would be heroes.
Okay.
But instead, like, I think it's just this urge to explore
Right.
and discover and be where no man has gone before, and you know,
You can do that outside, by the way, just to give
I
you a
agree.
heads up. You can just go to like a park and you can be like, no one stepped foot on this exact piece of soil. You can do that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, to go where no man has gone before but to accomplish nothing.
right?
You climbed 2 miles of dirt brown cave to get to the end and go, oh, cool. This is permanent death, zero rock, drop off, excellence. And you get there and it's just a room the size of like a small office.
Yeah.
And they're like, look how cool this is.
This
I'm
is
just
crazy.
And then they get out and then they're like, I can't wait to do this next week. And
Yeah.
do it again.
And then people are like, "How'd it go?" And they're like, "I almost died."
Dude, they're like, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And hilariously, the memes are accurate where they're like cave divers when they have a loving wife and kids at home,
Yeah.
you know? It's like, bro.
And then they're squeezing
You
themselves.
see like
into,
one pinky toe sticking out of a rock.
Yeah, it's
Like,
insane.
maybe I can fit.
It's insane.
And it's so funny because you're like, you think of just all the hobbies and stuff to do.
all the things you could
and
do.
you're like,
Yeah.
let's say you have a stressful week at work or, you know, maybe the kids are acting up, you know, stuff like that. And you're just like, I know what would help me unwind.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm
Getting
taking a week.
into a dark, dank cave full of water that is filling as I am in it.
Yeah,
that
so
would
for
hit
the-
the spot right now.
For the audio listeners, this guy was in a part of this cave. It was full of water up until his like shoulders, and then it got to a point where he had to flip over and only his face was above the water as he was going through this tunnel. And then he was stopping to like update the video, people watching the video, and all of a sudden the water just rushed over his head and he had no air pocket anymore.
Yeah.
And then thankfully the water
And he
receded.
got
and-
scared.
yeah, and then he freaked out, understandably. But that's, if you didn't see the video, that's what happened. And I
And then,
went through a.
they got
yeah, go
out,
ahead.
by the way, and
Yeah.
they were like partying about it. They were like, yeah, let's do it again.
Well, I'm sure that was
Yeah.
a adrenaline rush of
For
some
sure.
kind, you know.
100%.
I went through a phase of caving stuff. I think around the same time you did, because you were sending me stuff and I couldn't look away. And the comments on these things always cracked me up because people would comment and be like, "FYI, there's no rules that says you have to do this."
Yeah.
Like, FYI, you don't have to do this.
But have you guys ever had something dangerous enough that people called you crazy for doing it?
Probably like, definitely once. One time, 100%.
Okay, what was it?
Actually, twice, and I'll tell you about the time that you were there.
Surprise.
I was in Alabama for your wedding, and we went
Oh, yeah.
axe throwing,
Oh yeah.
and I kept walking in front of people without thinking, and they were just throwing axes, and I would like step right in front of them and be like, I'm gonna go grab my axe right now, and they have an axe in their hand ready to throw it.
yeah.
And I did that, I don't know, like 20 times that one night.
That was a lot of fun.
Did that guy get mad at you?
That was fun.
Dude,
I'd
there
do
was
it
like
again. I'd
7
step in
of
front
us.
again.
We're all taking turns. Like we have our cycle made, and we're all like, okay, these 2 guys are gonna throw, and then you're gonna go get your axes, and then the other 2 guys are ready in the wing, and then some guy like you would rear back and he'd be like, I forgot my axe. And he would run out there, and you're like, bro, I almost let this thing fly. And you were going to get...
You weren't aiming for James. You were aiming for the target. You wouldn't hit me. You're that
We're
good.
all new to axe throwing. It's not like I'm good enough that I'm going to be like, oh,
I don't know if I'd say y'all were doing
target.
trick shots. So I don't know if I'd call you new. You were like, I can do this backwards. I can do this underhanded. And I'm just like bouncing it off the sides of the wall.
I'll confess.
Yeah.
I had done it once or twice.
I went axe throwing once, and most of mine bounced off the target.
Yeah.
So I get that. What's your other one?
So it's another work story, and this guy came in, and it's also another axe story. This guy came in and started smashing grills with axes, and this was when I was new to the job, and they were like, James, go find
normal?
this guy and go talk to him, and just stall him till police get here.
What?
So I just walked up to him, and I was like, what's up, dog? And then he's like, it's hot. And I'm like, it sure is. What are you doing? And he's like, I don't know, but they need to turn the lights up a little bit more. It's kind of dark. And I was like, cool. Anyway, I'm just going to stand next to you for now while you
please
have
don't
this
hit me
axe
with
in
your
your
axe.
shopping cart.
Dude, I love that they... I mean, it's sad, but I love that they sent you as the sacrificial lamb. They're like, all right, send the new guy.
Like, who's the newest
like, if
guy?
somebody's going to get axed,
They might have.
it's got to be the
now,
new
I might
guy.
have exacerbated, or like I might have embellished the story. They may have been like, I need a volunteer, and I might have raised my hand first when they told
Oh,
me
well,
what
that's
it was.
way
'cause it
better.
was
Let's
exciting.
say that. Let's
Yeah.
just say you
Yeah.
actively were like, I will handle him.
Yeah, you're a hero.
I did. I handled it like a champ.
Did you bring an axe with you, or did you just hope he wouldn't use his?
I had these two guns right here.
Okay. I had serve and protect over.
Yeah.
I love that. That is hilarious.
Man, that's crazy.
That's probably the craziest thing I've done at a job.
I need to go to Home Depot more often.
You do. I agree.
The craziest I haven't done anything crazy like that, but the craziest thing I want to do is definitely swim with the orcas.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because no matter what happens,
I'm good.
Hilariously enough, Abigail was helping me figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We did figure it out.
Yeah.
There is a way to do it.
I know there's a way to
realistically.
do it.
And so my
Yeah.
thought is, but the thought is that no matter what, if I go and it's awesome, then cool. I had a great time. If I go and I'm the first dude in history to get munched on record and be like, this guy's the first guy who's ever died, I've set this podcast up. Because it's going to get, that's what's going to get the traction.
Yeah.
For sure. Is
Yeah.
like local Alabama podcast host dies on orca hunt.
There's going to be a podcast about that in
Yeah.
like 3 months.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you'll be on a ballin'
Like,
video.
let's talk about the guy that got ate by that whale and died.
If I ended up on a ballin' video, I feel like the next episode of this, when I'm gone, so like whatever the last episode I was here on, and then the next one where it's just you, that one's gonna pop off.
It'll just be me on the thumbnail with a sad face.
Oh, bro.
Like a,
And a whale.
a goofy cartoon graphic tear.
A whale with like a cross out sign on it or something.
Yeah.
Like,
no
no
skull
whales
and
allowed.
crossbones.
A whale with like a thumbs up.
Yeah. And then like a thought bubble over me that's like, I knew it.
Oh,
And then I'll put you in there and it's just like, I'm dead.
yeah, we all do
Yeah,
crazy
it's a great
stuff in the
thumbnail.
name of-
I've already got it mapped out.
We got to put that for this one. We got to make that for this one.
Just as clickbaity as possible.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just like I've seen not public freakouts to that extent of what James has described. That's crazy. Like if I saw that,
Yeah.
I would be running. But people, I don't know, dude. Something just gets in people, and you never know when somebody's last day is, right? Like somebody could just freak out. Like we're all a couple things away from a freak out, right?
Sure.
We've all been there.
Mhm.
But like sometimes you just watch stuff and you're like, I want to know in the thought process what led up to that decision. Like
Right.
we've got another video coming up that I'm like, what was going on there?
I've only ever had one interaction with somebody where I'm like, okay, this person's obviously unstable and acting in like an unhinged way. And
Yeah.
like on something, off something they needed to be on. Similar situation. It was in Chicago, and I was just walking down the street, and it was an older lady, and she had a styrofoam cup, and she was asking for money, and she didn't really ask. She more shoved the cup in my face.
Yeah.
And I just said, truthfully, I did not have any cash. It was me and my sister. We were visiting Chicago for a weekend. Just kind of, we went to a Cubs game. We went to a Nebraska game at Northwestern, and then we just did like a touristy day where we did all the, I Heart Chicago stuff.
Yeah.
And we were walking around downtown, and this lady, shoves her cup in my face, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any. And then she proceeded to just like cuss me out.
Yeah.
She said horrible things about my sister, and just started going off, like just spitting venom.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, this lady's like not in a good place.
Right.
And I wasn't like in physical danger.
Right.
Because of her stature.
Yeah.
But like, and like just frailty, like I could just see like she's not going to hurt me, but she definitely wants to.
Yeah.
And we just kind of had to stand there while we waited for the traffic light to change so we could cross the street. And she's just going off, dude.
While you're waiting for the light to change,
Yeah,
she's like,
we're just standing there, and she's going off, and we just, as soon as the light changed, we walked, and she stayed, and
oh man.
so she moved on to her next
I'm
one.
glad you're a law-abiding citizen and didn't jaywalk.
Well, we probably would have jaywalked if there weren't a ton of vehicles
Yeah.
coming, but like it was a pretty
yeah.
big intersection.
Oh yeah, they weren't going to stop for you.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so otherwise we would have went, but we were like, we just gotta wait. So we're just sitting there taking a verbal beating from this lady. I forget some of the things she said, but it was nasty.
Yeah.
So that's my like one interaction that reminds me of what you said.
Yeah. Well, check this one out.
Okay.
We've got another one for you.
All right.
One more video.
Okay.
And I'll describe this one for you.
Yeah, go for it.
So
I can't
this
read.
is the
Whoa.
So this is body cam of an officer responding to a scene,
Okay.
and then out of nowhere from the top rope, this guy ramps like a car hauler, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this like on the interstate?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So the crazy thing is like the body cam is just this guy's like filling out his paperwork, maybe like a fender bender, and he's just like, oh man, another day. I was an hour away from getting off. And then he turns and he's looking at this car hauler, and this guy just ramps it like a video game.
I was gonna
like
say
GTA.
that guy just lived
yeah.
our GTA dreams.
He GTA'd, ramped off, and I don't know anything else other than that clip.
That's crazy.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, I bet. It looked like he landed it, to be honest.
Yeah, killed it.
Yeah. He kept driving.
Nailed it.
Made it
When you
home.
got that wanted star, you got to get out of there, dude.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was crazy. So it was literally like, it made me think of GTA, because it was like when you see, the car hauler has no cars on it, and its ramp is down, so it looks like you can ramp off of it. And in the video game you can. In real life, that's got to be a couple feet off the ground.
Right.
Usually. So I don't even know how
I'm assuming the only thing I can assume is that thing was there to pick up a car. Like
Oh,
maybe if
yeah.
something
Yeah,
was
100%.
like
Because the cop is like standing in the middle of like the median.
the median. Yeah.
Yeah. So this car launches off of it, which means in my mind only one of two things could have happened. Either this guy was looking at his phone and
Yeah.
took himself for a ride that he
Right.
wasn't expecting and ramped off this car hauler, or he knew exactly what he was doing and he let the intrusive thoughts win as he's going 85 down the
I
interstate.
like the second one more.
Yes, 100%. I like to think that he was like, yes, it's time to rock.
time for me
His
to
whole
fly.
life led up to that moment.
Yeah.
But like, we all have the intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, we've all thought that. We've all seen it and been like, what if?
You're like, I could ramp off that.
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
know?
That guy
The
just
more you
chose
listen
to-
to that thought, the more people will remember you, by the way. So that's my advice, is always listen to that voice.
For better or for worse.
There is
Yeah.
You're right. There is a direct correlation between letting the thoughts in and being remembered. 100%.
100%.
How far do you think that guy launched?
That had to have been.
It was probably
30
like
feet.
60. No.
60 feet. You think?
No,
Oh,
that was like
distance wise,
60
I guess.
feet.
Yeah. He did go far. He did go the distance.
He went far.
He did. He was not
Yeah.
a coward.
He went
That's
for
also
speed.
another thing we can comment on. Not a coward.
He
He did not hit it and then slow down and be like, "Oh wait, no." He was like, "I'm committed." To
He went
the
full
end.
send.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He laid out. He did not touch his brakes at all.
Yeah.
If
Truly
anything,
a brave
slammed on the
man.
gas.
So
Or woman.
Yeah. No
I
judgment.
had an intrusive thought one time.
One time.
One
Tell
time.
us about it.
So we were at this place where you could cliff jump. I don't know if I've told this story before, but the cliffs into the water, there were various levels. And my intrusive thought was like, even though I'm afraid of heights, I'm going to jump from the highest one. And
That's a brave thought.
And I jumped from the highest one, and it was one of the worst decisions I ever made. It was terrible.
An intrusive thought would be you get to the highest one, decide not to jump, but want to push the person in front of you.
Exactly. What made it the worst? Was it the going down that was bad, or did you like belly flop or something?
It was both. So I butt flopped. So it was like I was sitting in a chair is how I landed. So I was trying to catch myself with my hands.
Yeah.
And so I slapped the water. But it took, no joke, I could count it in my head how long it took. It was like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, water. Crazy. My brain literally went, why have I not hit the water yet?
You're like, was there no water?
Yeah, I was like, why have I not hit the water yet?
Have you seen
They
those?
drained it before you jumped, dude.
Have you seen those POV videos? And I know you're describing something, you just lived that, but from even higher up, where like people have like a like a GoPro on their head.
Yes.
And they jump from a super high.
100%.
Those give me anxiety.
It makes me want to vomit.
I'm not like afraid of heights, but jumping is very hard.
Yes.
And it's not the falling, it's not the landing, it's the jumping for me. Like it's the mental.
Yeah.
Like actually making myself do it is the hardest part. Once I do it once, I'm like, let's do that again. That was awesome. But yeah, the actual jumping, making myself go over the edge is what's the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I've done some like hiking and minor rock climbing and minor cliff jumping, like in Wyoming. And when I say minor cliff jumping, it's not even really that. It was more of a natural slide.
Yeah.
Like sliding down a waterfall at like a 45-degree angle, and then there's like a 15-foot drop off at the end of that into a pool of like 40-degree water. But I don't know that I did anything extraordinary. Like anything I would have done, I was like 14th in line of 30 people that were doing the same thing. So it wasn't like I was doing anything uniquely dangerous, but there was like other ways around that you didn't have to do that, like go that way.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like overhype anything I did, but nothing else is really coming to mind where I like was in a great amount of danger for something I did.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't in any more danger than anyone else was. I'll put it that way.
What was your impulsive thoughts, James?
Impulsive thoughts for me they all involve how I react to things, which I think is what crazy people. I think that's what we call crazy a lot of the times, is when someone tramples like an ego thing, right?
Yeah.
So my impulse thoughts always kick in when someone like is deciding that they can trample an ego thing for me, which it's something I'm working on. It's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
But
no, I get you.
But it's like, those are when the intrusive thoughts I'm like, what if I could live without this job I have? What if, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's like
you're
the
like,
intrusive
maybe
thoughts
I
that
could hit
get
the grill with
pretty
an axe.
much. Yeah. What if I did push someone off that cliff when they didn't want to go?
Exactly.
Like it's all the
Oh,
ego,
man.
right? And that's what
That
I think a
is
lot
hilarious.
of what we call crazy is
Right.
temporary
That's like
ego
a-
tripping.
like
you
a-
know what I mean?
Power over position almost, where you're like, yo, you crossed into my territory. What if I push you all the way into yours? Like as a retaliation.
It's like it's very animalistic
that's
in
awesome.
a way for territory.
Well,
It's like,
is there anything
hey,
else?
back off. This is my.
We got a few minutes to go. I don't want to
Yeah.
rush us out, but I don't want to miss anything either. While we've got our virtual guest here.
What's going on?
Oh, as we're getting to the wrap up point, we're just things are crazy, and it takes effort to not be crazy. I think we all have it in us.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who keeps a better.
You know what
relationship.
really helps
Sure.
you not get crazy?
What?
Nootropics.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I lost. I don't have him anymore.
Oh, we lost him.
I lost him.
Oh no.
Can you still hear him?
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry
Okay.
if I
Well,
talked
that's
over
the
you at all.
perfect way to end it, because he said, you know what helps you not be crazy? nootropics.
I couldn't hear him at all. I got nothing
So,
over here.
All right. Well, that's our cue to end, which is roughly
funny.
around time. So he
Yeah.
lost you, James. The headphones are dying. Any last sign off
well.
before we get out?
Thanks for having me, guys. Hopefully there's a second time.
Yes. Hopefully there's a second time. We'll get you on. We'll get it scheduled. I'll charge the headphones more
I was
next
gonna say,
time.
let me know if he says something funny and I'll
Nice.
laugh.
And
Great.
cue the laugh. All righty. So, well, all right. Well,
All
then I
right.
guess we're going to sign off. Thank you, James, for joining us.
Yeah.
Great
you
time
guys.
as always.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was thinking, when I thought you were being quiet, I was thinking about the sign off. I'm like, it'd be funny if I was like, I've been Josh, I've been Patrick, and you're like, I've been a guy in Texas. But you don't have to do that. I just had that thought. So anyway, thank you for joining us for real. This went really well.
Yeah,
and
that was fun.
hopefully it comes across well on the video verse and audio verse and
Yeah,
all
that'll
that.
be
but-
fun.
So anyway, I'll stop talking in case he's trying to talk.
No, it's all good. All good. All right.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. This has been the Good Dumb Fun Show. We did not have any mailbag today, but we'll pull back up on that next week. Mailbag is the comments from YouTube, Instagram. Send us a speak pipe or email us at gooddumbfunshow@gmail.com. If you have anything to say about James's stories or anything we talked about today, or if there's anything you'd like to share, just throw it out there, and it could lead to its own topic. So thank you for listening and watching and all that stuff. We love you guys. I've been Josh.
I've been Patrick. You know what to do.
James.
Nailed it. And this has been
The Good Dumb Fun
Good Dumb
Show.
Fun Show.